motivation, feel inspiration, that in the music, in the message, and in all the prayers and all the ways that are here and now experienced, that things happen for each and every one of us. I see those who are on our prayer list in all of the ways in which they need things, in which they see the truth happening in their lives and truth being revealed, and a sense of wholeness and awareness happening for each and every one of them. I know that as we continue to move forward in life, this journey called life, and all of the things, the twists and turns and things that happen, that the one constant and the one center is God. And in this awareness and understanding, it continues to flow for each and every one of us in the most perfect way. With joy and gratitude, I release my word into the creative medium. I know that it's already done in the mind of God, and so it is. And as always, my dear Open Heart family, I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you. Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
I never go Our theme for the month of October is Partnership with the Divine. And our daily affirmation, today I am willing to receive divine direction. I set my intention to be open to guidance. I open the door of my consciousness and permit it to enter. And so it is.
Good morning, Open Heart. Today's affirmative reading comes from the September 2021 edition of the Science of Mind magazine, and it is titled, What's My Message? Many of us have heard the story of the reporter catching Gandhi as he boarded a train asking, Gandhi, what is your message to the people? Gandhi simply replies, my life is my message. The truth in that statement is that each of our lives is our message to the world. Our lives communicate in overt and covert ways what we think, feel, and believe. The things we say, the places we go, the habits we keep, and those we try each new year to break. All of it creates the words, sentences, and paragraphs in our book of life that we share with the world. If my particular book is a book of separation, lack, fear, and scarcity, how does this book contribute to the global library called A World That Works for All? As the writer and editor of my manuscript, I'm invited to edit accordingly. Do I need to rework the book that has thus far been a horror story or a melodramatic soap opera? Is it time for me to change the genre? Each of us is invited on a regular basis to do the contemplative, meditative, introspective work. Holmes reminds us the only God man knows is the God of his own inner life. He can know no other. To assume that man can know a God outside of himself is to assume that he can know something of which he cannot be conscious. What message does my life, your life, communicate about God? Affirmation. Today, I tell a more divine story in the message of my life. My message is a source of inspiration to me and to the world. My light shines brightly.
Good morning. These are your announcements. Congratulations to George Larimore and Judy Card, who were married in a beautiful ceremony on last Sunday afternoon. We wish this loving couple the best and continue to send them love and light in their new venture as a married couple. Congratulations again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month comes around every October, and thousands of events take place nationwide in support and in honor of those who have survived or who have lost their battle to breast cancer. Open Heart continues to hold a space for those affected by breast cancer. Please talk with your local healthcare provider about the early detection of breast cancer. This month is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You see the statistics here. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been victims of violence by an intimate partner within their lifetime. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have been victims of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. We send all of those experiencing relationship violence love, light, and support. If you need help, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or visit their website at ndvh.org. We salute our own Damian Yellow P. Pearson, who along with Cameron Kimbrough, the duo known as Mississippi Sounds, on the release of their new album, Welcome to the Land. It's available on all streaming platforms, and CDs can be purchased by going to MississippiSounds.com. Congratulations. Hey you. Yes, you. Do you love to sing? Well, our Voices from the Heart musical group is looking for you. It's your opportunity to join us in the music that we provide each week through your voice, through your love of singing. If you're interested, please contact me so that we can make you a part of this wonderful group and the wonderful music that we provide each and every week.
Today is a day like no other day. Just thinking that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. We're setting the mental equivalent for healing, comfort, strength, and wholeness for all these persons you see on our list and everyone else. We're holding the space for you, knowing that whatever you need is already done in the mind of God. There is nothing missing for you, nothing that is undone, nothing that is lacking. That in the mind of God, it's already done for you. And it's by being open, available, and accepting that you know the truth, that you know all that is needed to know and experience all that you need to experience and feel and see come forth and be demonstrated in your life in this moment. We hold the space for you, and we know the truth for you in all places. Thank you, April, for your affirmative reading, and I invite others to also contribute by sending their video to jgilmore@openheartspiritual.org. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow. Thank you for all of the support that you provide for us through your conscious giving. You can do so through a number of methods. We have our Cash App. You can use our cash tag OHSC901 to donate. You can also go online to our website at ohsc901.com and make your contribution there. Or you can do the text to give by texting the word give to 615-422-4292. Thank you for all of the ways in which you support Open Heart. Thank you for your financial gifts.
As the sun, the earth does she's revolving. And the rosebuds go to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love so pure, you can rest your mind assured that God is loving you always. Now you feel the mystery of tomorrow, but in time it will grow stronger every day. Just as all is born is new, you know what I say is true, that God is loving you always.
Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky.
Always.
Until the ocean covers every mountain high.
Always.
Until the storm flies and never sleep at sea.
Always.
Until we dream of life and life becomes a dream.
Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. with life that's given love a guarantee to last it forever and another day. Just time to move on since the beginning. The seasons know exactly when to change. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain that God is loving you always. As today I know I'm living, but tomorrow will make me the passive that I mustn't fear. For I know deep in my mind the love of me I've left behind. Cause God is loving you always. Always. And you know you're loved by somebody. Always. That you be loving you forever. Always. Always. Can make you wish you were born in another time and space. But you can bet your lifetime that it's twice as double. That God knew exactly where He wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it but not of it, you're not helping to make this a place sometimes. Go ahead, change your words into truth and then change that truth into love. And maybe your children, grandchildren, and make your grandchildren root to I'll be loving you. Loving you till the ocean doesn't all nothing high. Loving you is all the earth live at sea. Loving you until we drink the life that might become the sea. Now ain't that loving you? Loving you until 8 times 8 times 8 is 4. Loving you until the day they are no more. Thank God loving you.
I welcome you to the centering moment. I am centered. Let us take a moment as we head towards the end of the service to reflect on all that has gone before and prepare our hearts for more. And so it is. Good morning, Open Heart. It is wonderful to be with you this morning and to have the privilege and the honor to bring the message today. Our theme this month is Partnership with the Divine, and my talk title today is Use Daily. So wonderful Renee Crone, you know, from our family here at Open Heart, invited me to be her guest on her YouTube channel, Tarot Love Community. And that conversation really served as the foundation and the inspiration for my talk today. Renee wanted to know what I meant by tarot living, because my tarot business is called Tarot Living with Manasa. And as part of that wonderful conversation that followed, I shared these stories. As a traditional minister, whether as the youth pastor, the associate pastor, the assistant minister, or as the senior minister, what do you think was my least favorite Sunday? It was Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday was my least favorite Sunday at church. And let me tell you why. Because the church was full of people who didn't know what they were doing. Now, remember, I was a pastor at an AME church. And so the AME church has a lot of liturgy and a lot of liturgical beauty, standing, sitting, responding. And so on Easter Sunday, you have folks who ain't been in church since the last Easter Sunday. They don't know what they're doing. The parking lot is messed up. The bathrooms are messed up. It's a mess. And if you have never been on the backside of ministry of a church, it's hard to understand what goes into putting a service together. That when you show up and everything goes flawlessly, you don't know the amount of effort that was put into that. And Easter just destroys all that. Or makes it extra hard. It's like all hands on deck plus some extra people. And so, but it wasn't really the people or what they didn't know. It was sort of their attitude. And what I mean by that is similar. One time when I was the senior minister at my small church, this young woman and her son came to the church, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I was so excited to see him and wanted to touch base with her. And come to find out, why did she come to church that Sunday? Because her son had gotten in some kind of trouble, and they were going to court that week. So, of course, they wanted to make an appearance at God's house, right? And even in my tarot living business, because there's a consistency with my messaging, is everyone knows, do not ask me for a tarot reading and say, are my ex and I getting back together? I won't make my usual responses because they involve the F word. But, before you started that relationship, did you get a tarot reading? No. You come in at the end. So you show up to church one Sunday a year, or the Sunday before you go to court, or after everything's blown up, now you want to get a tarot reading. Spirituality, whether it's Christian spirituality, New Thought spirituality, or pagan occultic spirituality, it's not a spare tire or an afterthought, or like I didn't go to church one Easter and someone said, oh, you're going to hell. It's like, it's not my fire insurance policy. Spirituality, in my opinion, is supposed to be a part of your and my daily life. It's something that we use daily. And so in our remaining time together, I want to encourage us that in our partnership with the divine, and that our divine connection is to be accessed, embodied, and used daily. So you say, what is the dosage then, if we're going to use this daily? Or how do we use our divine connection daily? Well, I think that question is simpler, or the answer is very simple. It's start with the basics. One, what is one of the basic concepts? That all that the divine, all that the goddess, all that spirit, all that source is within me, within you, within us now, and is available to us. Ernest Holmes says, I live in faith that there is a presence and a power greater than I am that nurtures me and supports me in ways that I could not even imagine. I know that this presence is all-knowing and all-power and is all right where I am. That right now we have access, the availability of the divinity, of partnering with the divine is available right now, right here. What does that look like? Well, let's go to the Mahabharata, which is a story, a sacred text from Hinduism. And I didn't realize until my research for that much of the Bhagavad Gita, which is like the Bible sort of Hinduism, comes out of the conversations that are happening here. So, people always having wars. And so this prince is in a war, and he's getting ready to lead his people. And this is after a whole bunch of other stuff happened. And the person who's driving his chariot is being supportive and giving him all these spiritual lessons and giving him all these things. And the guy is so focused on the outside, so looking out and thinking the power's out there, that eventually his driver has to stop and reveal himself. And the driver reveals himself to be Lord Krishna, none other than Lord Vishnu's later incarnation as Krishna, that God himself, God was in the chariot with him. And he was so focused on God outside and can I do this and what's going to happen, that God was right there with him and he didn't even know it. And so for us in our daily circumstances, are we seeing the God within? And then as we interact with circumstances, good or bad, because it's our view of it that makes it good or bad, are we seeing the divine? Are we seeing God, spirit, universe in that? And then we act from that place. Another example of that is the road to Emmaus. So this is a narrative after the death and resurrection of Master Teacher Jesus, or the narratives along that path, that some people were heading out to Emmaus, and they're all talking about what happened, and Master Teacher Jesus comes upon them, and of course they don't recognize, and it's like, what y'all talking about? You're like, where you been, brother? You been under a rock? And they tell them as they're walking on the road, and they're going on, and during their conversation, Master Teacher Jesus gives them a Bible study, puts on a clinic, this is why this, and this is why this, and this is why this is why this. And then after the whole understanding, the Bible study or a seminary class, they're like, oh, and boom, Master Teacher Jesus is gone. And they said, did not our hearts burn? Again, the presence of the divine is with us in every person, in every act, in every communication, and it's available to us then. We don't have to go to this special place, or, I don't have my crystals on today, but, don't need the crystals. That it's here, right here, in our hearts, within this glorious being. And that as a spiritual person, I have the choice every day to say, I am going to be in partnership with the divine. And before I step out of my bed or step out of my house, I am divine. And I'm conscious that with me at all times is that presence. So number one is that the divine is available to you and I all the time. Secondly, I not only have connection to the divine, I have the opportunity to partner daily with the divine. Ernest Holmes puts it this way: there is one power in the universe, and we can all use it. There's only one. So when we have access to all that God is. Think of the people that inspire us and motivate us, people that you and I admire, and we think of them as one of a kind. They're the exception. There's something special about them. But the truth is, them, they, and us have the same connection and the same access. We are all radiant lights of God. And instead of seeing those people as somehow above us and they're special, and that's why they do that. I'll let Ernest Holmes take it from here. I love this quote. Jesus was not the great exception. Hear me now. Jesus was not the great exception. Jesus was the great example. That Jesus is an example of what we could be doing every day. Master Teacher Jesus said himself, you will do greater than I have done. Master Teacher Jesus showed us in every situation how to do the very thing, that power and presence is available to us. He, Krishna, Buddha, Ernest Holmes, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, Emma Curtis Hopkins, they showed us. They're not some kind of super powerful, magical people. They were those things, but that's not, we are that same. And so the power and the majesty and the magic and the miracles that they had in their lives, that is available to us. It's a conscious use, a choice daily. And then what is our third thing? So first, let me take a look back. First, I said that all the divine, the goddess, spirit, source is available to me. And then not only do I have the connection with the divine, but I have the opportunity to partner with that, to use it to my advantage, to use that to create and live my best life, to use that to be a source of healing, to use that to be a beneficial presence on this planet. And then what is the third basic? That love is the foundation and the source of living in daily partnership with the divine. Love is the key. Love opens the door. Love is the door. Love is the foundation. Ernest Holmes puts it this way: I know that in love there can be no separation, for love unites, love sustains, and protects its own. Daily use of our divinity, of our partnership with the divine, requires that love be our foundation and our source for thinking, our source for acting and for interacting. Love in divine partnership is the source of our way of being. The text from the New Testament puts it this way: Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God, and everyone who knows love has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. So don't get mad at me. It's right there out of the text. You don't have to tell me you're a spiritual person operating in partnership with the divine or divinely connected. How I see love in, as, and through you and around you will let me know. Love shows the way. Love is the evidence. So again, do you love? And loving people doesn't mean you have to be a doormat and let them treat you any kind of way, but it's seeing the divine in them. And if you have to keep a healthy boundary from them, that's good. I keep healthy boundaries from people all the time, but I still love them. I still love the divine in them, and I know that even from that healthy distance, from my mental health, from my physical health, from my psychological health, I can still love them. Daily use. All that the goddess is with and available to me. I not only have a connection to the divine, it's not only with me, but it is available to me and it's accessible to me to use in creating and living my best life. And love is the foundation for the source of daily living, daily use, and partnership with the divine. Daily use of my true self, of your true self, of our true self opens the door to live life and to live it more abundantly. I close our time together with this quote from Ernest Holmes. Life is not just something to be endured, it's to be lived in joy, in a fullness without limit. Use daily and live a life full of joy, fullness, and unlimited. Blessings and namaste.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm free? Then let me hear you say yes. Yes, I'm only here for God. I know.
Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. Ask me where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lives at my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me. As me. Oh, oh, do-do-do. Oh, hey, yeah. Where I am, where I stand, where I play, where I work and breathe and move and feel, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and leave. God is, life is, joy